The world center of racing, the Daytona International Speedway, plays host to round 23 of 33 of the MSRA National Series and their final push for the playoffs, because after tonight, 3 races will remain to decide who will make it in to the playoffs for their fair shot at the MSRA National Series title. Good evening, everyone. Welcome and thank you for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action here in the virtual Daytona Beach, Florida. Jacob Zala alongside me this evening. We're ready for the Midwest Sim Racing Association's National Series to take to the high banks with their Xfinity Series styled vehicles breaking 190 miles per hour within the close quarter draft. Jacob, we're going to look to the track map this evening. What say you on potential trouble spots for tonight's race?
Well, I've been racing these Xfinity Series cars at Daytona, and as you see, there are 31 degrees of banking, and I'm going to let everyone in here on a little secret. That 31 degrees of banking in these Xfinity cars will make that car loose. So you better hold your car, and you better keep it straight, because you will get loose in the banking of those turns. And then you go down the backstretch, and the backstretch is pretty easy, just full throttle through there. Don't hurt anybody, don't wreck anybody. And then back to turns 3 and 4 with that 31 degrees of banking. Again, keep your car straight. Make sure you don't get loose, or else you're going to end up in an incident tonight. And then we get to the 18 degrees of banking in the tri-oval, where the tri-oval is not bad at all. It doesn't make your car loose. The tri-oval is really good. So as long as you're not pushing too hard, there shouldn't be any incidents there. And that's where we're looking at Daytona.
Yeah, absolutely. You and I both have been able to run some B-Fix this week, which would be, these Xfinity styled vehicles here at Daytona in the pack, all that good stuff. And yeah, I mean, the hardest part, I think, really is getting, when you're on that bottom line, to not hit that apron within the corners and the tri-oval, especially the tri-oval, because yes, the tri-oval, very straightforward and easy by yourself. In a pack, hitting that yellow line, that's where trouble could arise, and that's where cars get loose, clips some of that butter, we used to call it back on the console days, and comes back up trying to save the vehicle, contacts another vehicle, and then we have a big wreck. But that aside, again, Daytona International Speedway looks very simple on paper, but these drivers, and we'll be taking some on board tonight throughout the race, you'll see it is not that easy when you're in a pack of cars going 190 miles per hour. Tonight, again, this is the 4th to last race of the regular season. Let's take a look at the point standings coming into today's race following the Indianapolis road course, where David Santini once again took another victory, and that is his 8th win on the season with his 913 points accumulated over the 22 races thus far. Evan Longacre is sitting 2nd in the point standings, still 68 points back. We have Jeffrey Meyer there in 3rd, 116 back, and Cole Hooper there in 4th, 168 points back, 1 point ahead of 5-time race winner TJ Crampton. Kenny Meadows there in 6th, his 2 wins of the season has him 204 points behind point leader David Santini. Timothy Davis there in 7th, 367 back, and you're getting some hefty margins back here, by the way. Matthew Van Gelder 368 back, Kyle Mullering 375 back, and Chris Hansen, who won the last Super Speedway race in these Xfinity cars back at Talladega. That's his 1 win on the season. He's 385 points back in the playoffs pretty solidly. But Jacob, this second sheet, though they're quite a large margin behind the point leader Santini, very close around that playoff bubble.
Yeah, you see that Matt White there. He's 570 points back of David Santini, but he does have a win. I know that doesn't really mean much. I don't know how much that really means, but he does have a win. James Love there in 12th, only 4 points ahead of Julio Villalobos there in 13th. So they're going to be battling it out tonight for potential to get a playoff spot. And then you see there Kobe Babber in 14th with 748 points back. Daniel Quimby in 15th with 812 points back. I believe that is... Chris Hayden. Sorry, I was looking at mess up my names there. Apologize. That is 837 points back, and then I believe that is Daniel Mobley there in 839 points back. Cody Jordan with 865 points back, and then a driver we've seen a lot tonight, Tommy Gossett, or a lot on PitStop TV. Sorry, Tommy Gossett.
Yeah, Tommy Gossett, we've seen him do a lot of these Daytona races recently, and he's usually a driver we can see up there at the front, battling for the lead. He could throw a little wrench into things here. He only has 20 points to his name this season, but he'll be looking to improve upon that mark, see where he can put himself. But I think more importantly, a win is what Tommy Gossett's looking for. It is win or bust for that 0-1, and many drivers on that second sheet there of the point standings. We can go ahead and reflect back on what we've had so far this season and the schedule to this point. Again, we've had we broadcasted at Watkins Glen, and we had a couple weeks off with the Indy Road Course. I completely skipped right over Michigan, so my apologies there, because Michigan, I believe, also went to Santini. Yes, Michigan went to David Santini. Indy Road Course went to David Santini. Watkins Glen went to David Santini. But New Hampshire went to TJ Crampton. Those are the 4 races that we've had recently. Now we look forward to what's coming up. It's Daytona tonight, and then the run to the playoffs shakeup, and then the start of the playoffs with the last two races there on the screen.
Yeah, those races are going to be important, and these last 4 races are very important, as we saw there, 4 points back for that playoff bubble spot. So these races coming up are going to be very important for these drivers for the bubble.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, a lot is on the line when we come to a track like Daytona. It is, without any question, probably one of the most tense races of the season, because you can only control so much. That being said, we are still in control here of the broadcast. We're going to step aside real quick, and we'll be on back with the far side with qualifying for tonight's 84-lap affair here at Daytona International Speedway for the Midwest Sim Racing Association's National Series Round 23 of 33. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the far side.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas, and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
SoundArt introduces an entirely new way to listen to music in your home. By combining the best of 2 products, a revolutionary high-fidelity, low-profile Bluetooth wireless speaker with beautiful artwork. Select from a library of artwork or upload your own photos to personalize your experience. SoundArt ushers in an era of invisible, beautiful, and amazing sound throughout your home and redefines your entire entertainment system. The need to reclaim your floor space and rid your home of unsightly speaker boxes that need to be bolted to the wall is now a thing of the past. Our canvas is printed on high-quality permalite by Breathing Color. And select from our gallery or upload your own. Standard sizes include 16 by 20, and 18 by 24 canvas wrapped. Custom sizing is available, as well as surround sound options.
After months of quarantine, we're all interested in how we can become our best self. The team at Permanent Makeup and Cryo is here to help you get the flawless makeup look every day without the extra effort or time. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. We're here for round 23 of 33 of the Midwest Sim Racing Association's National Series. And in their final push to the playoffs again, tonight is the fourth to last race of the regular season. And again, the partners here at the MSRA National Series are the ones who make it possible for us to come and do our thing here. And, of course, have the league keep itself running. And of course, we got to give you a huge shout out to those like Rapid Fired Pizzas. And of course, Rapid Fired Pizza offers amazingly good, amazingly fast, fresh made pizza. It's what we can do in 180 seconds. You can try one of our craft pizzas or choose from over 35 fresh toppings and a dozen different sauces to create your own masterpiece. You can visit your own Rapid Fired Pizza in the states of Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, West Virginia, and of course you can check out their website at rapidfiredpizza.com. Old School Ninjas, this is a gaming organization that focuses on building a community with close friends. We welcome new individuals to the group with a red carpet and a seat at the round table. Feel free to check out our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord. We await your arrival. Shorebuzz Racing Graphics offers great services at affordable prices. SRG does work with iRacing paints, logos, numbers, and even t-shirts. $5 from each sale are donated to the Midwest Sim Racing Association's end of season prizes as a way of giving back to the community. Visit them on Facebook at Shorebuzz Racing Graphics. And of course, for us here at PitStop TV, we couldn't be possible without the help of our amazing partners here, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. You provide the image that you want, and we will custom create a beautifully framed, high-quality canvas with a built-in Bluetooth speaker. With Sound Art, you get the best of both worlds. Visit TucsonSoundArt.com for additional info. Use promo code PitStopTV at checkout and receive 10% off of your purchase. Ever wish you could have a race engineer on speed dial? Well, now you can, thanks to RacePace, a driver development service and setup shop all in one. Work with Tyler, a real-world race engineer, to step up your game before your next race. Pick up pace with RacePace. When it comes to your appearance, you deserve the best care that money can buy. And with locations in Auburn, Lewiston, Naples, and Saco, Maine, Permanent Makeup and Cryo and Maine owner Ashley Boyer is a certified micropigmentation specialist who provides professional, safe, and personalized services. You can contact Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine at permanentmakeupinmaine.com, or you can call or text them at 207-358-8683. Whiplash Media specializes in various sim racing resources, including paint schemes, stream overlays, iRacing camera packs, and more. The official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV. You can grab your iBroadcast cameras today at www.pitstoptv.com. And of course, our friends at BAM Racing Videos, by a race fan for the racing community. Go ahead and follow them on Facebook. They've been live throughout the night with some short track racing coverage. And Jacob, we're here into qualifying. It's go time for the MSRA National Series drivers. And I think an important point we got to look to tonight is that we both have the playoff bubble drivers of Julio Villalobos on the outside looking in and James Love on the bubble tonight. 4 points separates them in Love's favor, and a lot can be said here in this qualifying session.
Yeah, definitely. Julio Villalobos is going to have to try and qualify better than James Love, but this is Daytona, so qualifying doesn't really matter too much, because even if you qualify, there's still a chance for an incident to occur, especially with 84 laps here on the docket tonight. There's definitely time for any incidents to occur, so I think Julio and James have to make sure that they don't get into any incidents tonight and finish as best as they can.
Absolutely. We are now on board with Evan Longacre, currently second in the points trying to piece together a nice qualifying attempt here. He's currently on his first timed lap. Many drivers are waiting that timer to go down a little bit before they do attempt their timed lap. Longacre keeping towards the bottom side of the racetrack there, of course, out of 4. It's the shortest way around, and when you're going full throttle, you gotta maximize the time there. Cody Jordan puts the first time on the charts, and Evan Longacre's time will put him top of the charts.
Yeah, Evan Longacre going top of the charts right now. There's still a lot of times to be set, though. We will have to see where these drivers go from there. As we see John Binder, he qualifies second there. And he's doing really well for himself. We'll see if he puts another lap down, maybe.
And here we go. Julio Villalobos in the 45. He's on his side lap coming out of turn number 2. And again, watch him work down that back straightaway. Right up on that first seam off the yellow line there. Trying to give himself a little bit of a margin off the yellow line because you don't want to clip it at 3 and 4.
Yeah, clipping that yellow line could be the difference for these drivers and their times. Like you said earlier, clipping that yellow line makes you get loose, and if Julio Villalobos were to hit it, he might get loose and spin. So he definitely wants to be off the yellow line so he doesn't end his chances early on. And we see him cut the track a little bit there.
Yeah, many drivers do tend to do that. That'll put Villalobos 5th quickest. And we're kind of awaiting the rest of the drivers to take to the track here. We can now catch up here with Jeffrey Meyer in the 50. Another driver up there in the points. I'm sorry. Yeah, he's in the 50. He's going to have the 38 on his car tonight, but he's scored as the 50. Jeffrey Meyer working his way out of turn number 4 and to the line, trying to see where he'll put himself on the charts. Jeffrey Meyer will go
2nd quickest.
Wow. So
not enough.
Go for it.
I was going to say, not enough to get Longacre there, but just close enough to put him in 2nd.
And how about the 79 of David Santini, 8-time race winner, and he's an 8-time race winner for a reason, to the start-finish line. Santini will put his number 79 4th quickest.
You know who we haven't seen set a time yet? The 88 car of James Love.
Yeah, and he's not out on the track. And our last driver that's going to be able to set a time is going to be here, Brandon Davis. We know Brandon here. I think a cup driver here at the Midwest Sim Racing Association. Here he comes, dropping down to the Xfinity Series to help out with some of the car count. Brandon Davis will put his number 91. It looks like it'll be 12th quickest.
Yeah, 12th quickest for Brandon Davis. He had some speed, but again, this is Daytona, so Daytona is all about just laying in the back and, making sure you don't get into any incidents and be there at the end. That's all you want to do here at Daytona, be there at the end.
And so as time ticks over real quick, I want to get another look at the standings. Just real quick, let's look at that bubble, which is going to be also important. And then at the same time, it can move if we have a new winner tonight. But, of course, you see Matt White there. He has a good chunk over the bubble there, about 47 points. I'm sorry, 37. Yeah, 37 points above Villalobos, but Villalobos and Love there, right there at the cut line. But if somebody wins, then that moves up to White on the cut. And that's just something to keep in mind as we head into today's race. Speaking of heading into today's race, it's time to go through the starting lineup for tonight's MSRA National Series round 23 of 33 here at Daytona. And row number 1, it'll be Evan Longacre in the 95. Claiming the pole there in qualifying, and alongside of him will be the 50 of Jeffrey Meyer. Row number 2, it'll be John Binder starting 3rd and David Santini in 4th. Row number 3, it'll be Ralph Hutchison in the 51 and 5th. John Gifford in the 81 in 6th. Row number 4, it'll be Cody Jordan in the 9. Julio Villalobos in the 45 in 8th. And back to row number 5, Tyler Burton in the 06. Robert Anderson in the 47.
In row number 7, you have both Davises out there, Stephen Davis and Brandon Davis. Row number 8, you have Joseph McWhorter and TJ Crampton. Row number 9, Chuck Waldrop and David Gervais. Row number 10, James Love and Matthew Van Gelder. And rounding out the field is Chris Hansen, no, not that Chris Hansen, and Richard Clement.
And so the field of 20 drivers attempts to grid up here. We're still waiting on our front row to grid up still. And Also, we're waiting on Villalobos and Burden to grid up, and James Love. Now Villalobos grids up, and there's still some time for these drivers to grid up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the weather for today's race and the conditions on the track right now. The track temp at 85 degrees Fahrenheit, air temp 83, and winds. Now this is something, you know, you and I both ran B-Fix this week. These cars like to sway in the draft. That wind at 11 miles per hour coming out of the east, that could be huge when it comes to these cars and how they handle in the draft.
Yeah, wind affects so much, especially in these Xfinity cars. It sways the car back and forth, and it makes it tougher to drive. So with it being at 11 degrees, it's definitely going to make it harder for these drivers in the National Series to hold on to that thing tonight.
And so here we go. The drivers working on their formation lap for tonight's race. There's, of course, the stages will be awarded at the completions of lap 25 and the completion of lap 50, and the top 10 will get stage points, and we'll work through a caution period and re-rack them, restack them, and go at it again. If a caution comes out towards the end of the stage, usually stage points are awarded at the time of the caution. We will see when it depends on, first, when the caution comes out, and second, what race control really says about that. But the field in the hands now of Evan Longacre as they work their way down the Daytona back straightaway. Jacob, real quick here, I'll put you on the spot. Who do you have?
Oh boy, this is going to be an interesting one. Well, seeing as I believe the last play track winner at Talladega was Chris Hansen, and again, it's not that Chris Hansen that you all are thinking of. I'm going to pick Chris Hansen. He's in 19th right now, but that doesn't mean that he can't get up there and win this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. That might be the strat, to go from the back, wait for the wreck to happen, and come and capitalize. But the field will come off of turn number 4 behind the iRacing.com pace vehicle. It'll make its left-hand turn into the safety of pit lane, and we are green from Daytona. Heads Up Racing at the front. Evan Longacre, the current race leader, but he's got Jeffrey Meyer with a huge push behind there on the outside, in the outside lane, trying to stay with. Now they're falling back to John Binder there in the 83 there. Second car on the inside line, but the outside lane has more cars.
Yeah, the outside lane is getting it worked together as we see 8-time winner David Santini pushing Jeffrey Meyer there. Not able to get enough run yet on Longacre, but that outside lane is forming.
Yeah, that outside lane is trying to make something happen. We can look right here off the rear end of Jeffrey Meyer and see just what is going on behind him. Excuse me, that is not the rear end of Jeffrey Meyer. That's the rear end of Jeffrey Meyer. Looking back here, and it looks like actually a lot of the outside lane is kind of falling back and has dropped now down low, and that's going to kind of be what's plausible, what's most likely going to happen a lot of the night tonight because of the field size only being 20 cars. It looks like a standard B-Fix. Not a lot of people are going to be comfortable jumping up to the outside lane, even if they want to go. Brandon Davis sets the fastest lap, then James Love will set the fastest lap. Another interesting aspect in that battle for the playoff cut line. But because of the field size and everybody kind of darting to the bottom, I think that the drivers, even who want to make overtakes early in this race, are going to be less likely to, because there's just not going to be that many cars up there, and you don't want to lose the draft. There's not that many cars behind you at that case if your line starts to fall apart.
And one thing to add to that, there is no fast repairs tonight, so you can't go into the pits and get your car fixed quickly with that fast repair. So these drivers definitely don't want to wreck early and ruin their chances only on lap 3.
Absolutely. Continue to watch off the back end here of Jeffrey Meyer, working his way through the pack. Still there, that third car, that leading car on the outside lane. Now they're getting to the outside here of Hutchison and John Binder.
Yeah, they're getting to the outside like you just said there. And as we see them 2 by 2 by 2 so far, squirrely a little bit, you know, that wind definitely is hurting these drivers as we see Jeffrey Meyer there getting pushed by David Santini. He side by side into turn 3 now.
They are going at it. Santini giving the greatest of pushes there to Jeffrey Meyer, and this might be the first time that Longacre does not lead at the start-finish line. Santini, try as he might, they're going side by side to try to move that lap as Longacre, but that run on the outside lane, they got to keep that momentum up. Chuck Waldrop goes fastest overall, or sets the fastest lap here at Daytona. And Chuck Waldrop, he's back there in the 19th position. You're going to see a lot of the fastest laps come from drivers back there in that second half of the running order. Drivers are kind of using the lead pack to draft up and just kind of giving their margin in case there's a wreck that happens. But that's where the fastest lap is going to be coming from.
Boy, can you see it. The wind, like we said earlier, is hurting these drivers. These cars are swaying back and forth, back and forth. The 83 car swaying, 51 car swaying. Look at that sway right there. That wind is hurting these drivers, and it is making it tough to drive.
It absolutely is. Evan Longacre now having, you know, the easiest of jobs being the leader, but everybody else in that pack, it is not fun and games trying to hang on to these vehicles.
It looks like they're 3 wide back there for a second. I couldn't quite see who that is, but they were 3 wide for just a second back there. It's getting really dicey right now, only on lap 6.
Yeah, I think drivers are just trying to work their way in line without too much trouble, trying to get a good view of that. You get another little wide shot of the pack, and you see, yeah, the whole field kind of double wide right now up front, and then about 10 cars off the back are in a line. Back up here, this is Tyler Burton.
Yeah, those cars in the back are just holding it right now. And Ralph Hutchison's getting a big push from Jeffrey Meyer.
Yeah, Hutchison jumped out from the bottom side. Burton lagging a little bit there, but Ralph Hutchison going to the point if he can. But Longacre fights back hard for a great run on the inside. Now, everybody, the second car's in line, giving the greatest pushes they can. Meyer trying to stay glued to the number 51, and John Binder trying to give the greater push to Evan Longacre.
Meyer again swaying back and forth. He's really trying to get to that back bumper of Ralph Hutchison as we see Longacre continuing to lead right now. The pushing isn't doing enough for Hutchison.
Yeah, Hutchison try as he might, but the rest of the outside lane has dissipated. They're kind of going 3 wide back there. Brandon Davis sending it up the middle. He doesn't want to wait and play. He wants to go forward.
Yeah, and we saw David Santini back out of that, and I think David Santini knew that it's only lap 8. There's no reason to go 3 wide right now, so he backed out of it, and just now they're double file right now.
Yeah, the pack kind of resolves itself back to that double file-esque racing, and Tyler Burton, they're trying to stay connected to the session, which is going to play into a disadvantage to that bottom line. That third car is really what determines if a line is going to be moving or not. Yes, the leader, of course, has to be a clean car with no damage and has to be holding a steady line. Yes, the second car has to be right up on that back bumper, giving the best push he can. But it's that third car that really seals that air off the spoiler of the second car. How close that third car is to the second car in line determines if a line is moving. And Burden lagging out is going to be huge because he is that third car in line.
Yeah, and you can see Stephen Davis behind him. He's not really right there behind him. He sees that the 06 is lagging a little bit, and that's making him want to let off a little bit because, you know, while lagging 3 wide right now. Oh, man!
Brandon Davis wants to go to the front, and he's now gone around the 38 there of Jeffrey Meyer, the 50 of Jeffrey Meyer. Scored as the 38. Brandon Davis now puts himself second car on the outside line, and he might not be done yet. He's going to push Hutchison forward, and Hutchison to the line. Looks like he's going to try to lead that lap. All over the place is Brandon Davis.
And you know who that didn't help? That did not help the 83 of John Binder. John Binder got pushed to the bottom line, and he got loose off of 3 and is all the way back at 19th. So that move definitely did not help John Binder.
They absolutely didn't. We continue on, and Binder, try as he might on that inside lane. Look at him all the way back here. in 19th. Just he's lost the draft.
Yeah, and that was the cause of what Brandon Davis making it 3 wide. He got down to the bottom line and tried to go back up on the track and got loose and almost spun out in 3 and 4. And then now he's back in 19th and lost the draft. That's how quick you can lose your position at Daytona, just in the snap of a finger.
Well, it's Tyler Burton who has gone to the point. He's now dropping down in front of the pack and is leading, and that's going to be interesting with him not being able to stay connected to the session 100% of the time. What is that inside line going to be like with a leader that can't even stay in the session? Tyler Burton in for now, but that outside line, they are pushing. We have this 90 of Steven Davis trying to get pushed out to the lead by Ralph Hutchison. Brandon Davis staying there in third car on the outside lane. And up there as well as Mick Warder, who had a great run at Watkins Glen, the last race that we broadcasted.
If I'm not correct, I believe Brandon Davis and Steven Davis are brothers. I'm not 100% sure on that. Don't quote me on that. But Steven Davis right now making it look easy with Ralph Hutchinson pushing him.
Yeah, there's a lot of momentum on that outside line, and the leader Tyler Burton now, he hasn't really lagged out of it. Well, right there he does. And that outside lane is at such a disadvantage with Burton down there. I think Burton's really shaping the way this race is going, and right now we're halfway through stage number 1. Steven Davis out to the lead, and there's still a lot of racing to go for sure. But right now I think that inside lane is just not where you want to be. Honestly, Steven Davis might want to stay on that outside, but Brandon Davis trying to send it to the outside of Hutchison. Hutchison does not allow that to happen, and they stayed side by side.
Well, you see, again, we lost Longacre as well. He was in the top 3, and he tried to do the same thing. He just did the same thing John Binder did, and now he has lost the draft.
Yeah, this is something. I mean, the good news for them is they have a stage caution. The bad news is, I don't know if John Binder is going to stay on the lead lap before that stage caution. It's well, working lap 13. John Binder is already a third of a lap down here, and if they continue, this pack continues to gain about 3 seconds a lap on Binder, which is currently what they are right now, then they have a 13 laps. We got 39 seconds. That they're going to lap John Binder before this stage is over.
And you know what the issue is I see with both of these drivers? You saw it with Binder and you saw it with Longacre. These guys were trying to pull back up onto the track into turn 3. That is not a part of the track where you want to be pulling up, because you get really loose getting back onto 3. So these guys are trying to pull up onto 3 and just getting loose, and it's hurting them in the long run.
The field works their way by the lap vehicle of David Gervais, and looks like there's only 7 cars in this lead. Pack James Love in Abe has the lead draft, but he's not really playing too much of a factor up there. We're not going to ride on board here with the 81 of John Gifford.
Look at the way John Gifford is handling that steering wheel. He is not just straight lining it. That wheel is moving in all directions to keep that car straight.
Look at his steering offset. Look at how much the wheel is to the left on the straightaway. That is a lot of steering offset in this number 81 car, and I think he likes it like that to just kind of keep him turned in the whole time. Look, watch right here on the straightaway. Look at where his hand placement is. It looks like he has suspension damage, but no, that's intentional. That is steering offset at play here in this 81 car.
Yeah, he is turning that wheel pretty good, and I don't know about you, but this is definitely not how I like to drive a race car.
In his mind, it feels like he'd be driving just a complete circle, not ever having a straightaway the way the wheel is turned this whole time.
And what he can do, it amazes me. John Gifford, a really good driver, and what he does with his steering offsets and what he can do in that 81 car, it amazes me.
So Tyler Burton has shot back to the race lead there over Steven Davis. The outside lane has fallen apart a little bit. There's 3 cars up there still, but there's only 2 on the inside. Villalobos out of car on the inside trying to make some hay. We're watching Gifford here decide if he wants to get to the back end of Villalobos. That's going to be the deciding factor. If Gifford wants to get to Villalobos' rear end, that inside line might be able to keep that momentum up. But if he doesn't, then that outside lane looks to have the advantage.
Yeah, and it's going to be a waiting game. These guys are going to have to just keep on pushing and wait until the right time to get a spot.
Apologies there. Well, there's our upcoming broadcast with NorCal Bristol Dirt Cars Tour at Langley and Outlaws at Watkins Glen. We'll get there in a moment. That was a missed clip there. But Steven Davis is taking the race lead here. Tyler Burton now, he's going to jump right out of the line. He's not content riding there in second. Even though he's blinking. This is rough. We'll see what Brandon Davis can do with a blinking car to put. Brandon Davis, very aggressive, a great pusher, and a very aggressive moving forward. He understands the car he's driving in. Look at the Davises there, second and third, side by side. McWhorter now giving a push to Brandon Davis on the outside. Everybody else lined up on the inside.
Yeah, and you'll have to wonder if race control is going to say something about that 06 and the blinking issues he's having, and especially being at the front of the pack. If I was racing, I would not want to be in front or behind someone who's blinking whatsoever. So we'll have to see if race control maybe talks to him and sends him to the back, or maybe not. Maybe they allow this.
It's a whole lot, I guess. I don't know what they can do. Most of the race control, first of all, I think is racing. Which is not going to help the field's case in that regard. And that, I mean, everybody's pretty single file. It'd be, I guess, a little different if he's in a 3-wide pack and the 3-wide pack is having trouble staying calm because of the lagging vehicle. And now Steven Davis just decides he's not going to be behind the 06. Villalobos jumps up with him. Now John Gifford is the one who's going to decide if he's going to push the 06 or not.
Well, John Gifford and Brandon Davis got a little bit of contact there. I don't know if you've seen it, but they had a little bit of contact down the front stretch there, and no harm, no foul just yet.
So Steven Davis back to the race lead now with Julio Villalobos there in second. James Love back here in the 8th position is the other hand into this fight. Right now the cut line is back to Villalobos' favor. If you account for where they are right now. Villalobos is up. Oh, and Tyler Burton sideways. Everybody's sideways trying to hold on to it. Villalobos sideways still out of turn 4. What a save!
Wow, yeah, these drivers saved that thing. I can't believe it. That is insane.
I cannot believe they did that. That is wild. We're going to go ahead and take a replay here and see what had happened. You're catching it a little late there. We'll try to get it queued up one more time. So here we go. Oh goodness, why? Try to get that queued up one more time here. This is live once again, so we won't get a replay of it. But Villalobos had hit the apron, and then there was just nowhere to go for the car that was directly behind him.
Yeah, it's a rough situation. That apron at Daytona is no help. It's like ice on the roads. It's definitely not a good place to be while you are going 190, 200 miles per hour.
Well, here's where we're at now. We have the field pretty much in a single file line waiting for the end of the stage. At this point, I think is what we're all looking at.
Yeah, and I believe, again, I'm not 100% sure.
Oh my goodness, well here comes this line.
The side.
Oh, Brandon Davis trying to jump up there. They're not going to have any of it. Brandon Davis trying to slow it down. Villalobos stays attached to that 8 car. Up on the outside. 3 wide. They're in the second row of the field. Matthew Van Gelder goes fastest. And how about Cody Jordan? Going to the outside, going to the lead. Villalobos staying there in touch. Brandon Davis is in the sucker hole. And Ralph Hutchison there, the 3rd car in the outside lane.
Yeah, and Brandon Davis did that to himself, trying to block the outside, and it didn't work, and he put himself in that sucker hole. We'll have to see if a lane opens up for him, but it doesn't look like it will right now.
Villalobos and Cody Jordan still trying to keep strong on the outside, but after that, Ralph Hutchison left the outside lane. The outside lane fell apart, and just as I said, it takes 3 cars to make something happen. That 3rd car is oh so pivotal in the movement of a pack like that, and now we have Brandon Davis here trying to find his way back in line for blinking James Love. This is a lot for this pack to handle with James Love blinking and Tyler Burton blinking, but James Love is blinking significantly right now. This one, this is more severe than the little spurts of blink that I guess Tyler Burton has had.
Yeah, that was severe, but it looks like it's calmed itself down right now. But later on, as I say that, it goes back to blinking again. So this is going to be an issue tonight.
It appears that way, and James Love still trying to stay there connected to the session. With now 2 laps to go here in stage number 1. It is Stephen Davis, TJ Crampton, Brandon Davis, and Joseph McWhorter, the top 4. Now TJ Crampton jumps up in front of Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis trying to get the push to Crampton. Crampton to the point for now, but he's driven away from Brandon Davis.
Well, you know what? I want to talk about something here. TJ Crampton said that he wasn't, earlier today, said that he wasn't going to might not be able to race because he was feeling sick. Well, now he's here, and now he's in.
Oh, he's dropping to the back
a little bit, but he's here and he's racing. He wasn't second for a minute, but to see him here racing while being sick is a great sight to see.
Joseph McWhorter now to the point on the outside lane. Brandon Davis trying to send it up the middle, trying to go 3 wide. Where does Villalobos go? Villalobos, he's going to go with Brandon Davis. McWhorter left hung out to dry on the outside. 1 lap to go in stage number 1. Brandon Davis leads. Car on the apron. John Gifford takes, I think, a pit penalty there, hitting the cone and everything. And Brandon Davis and Julio Villalobos, the top 2.
Yeah, these guys are battling it out, and Brandon Davis making all the crazy moves within these 25 laps. We've seen him make some crazy moves, and now he takes the lead. Can he hold it for 1 lap to the stage? Or halfway down the backstretch to the stage, sorry.
You're going to see here into turns 3 and 4, Brandon Davis still holds the top spot. Everybody else is side by side behind him. Brandon Davis trying to hang on, and out of turn number 4, the run to the line. Can anybody get to Brandon Davis to the outside? Here comes the 06, Tyler Burton is going to win the stage.
And you know Daytona as like a track that people really wait to the end. These guys have battled for 26 laps in that stage, and they just went 3 wide for that stage. What a finish to the stage these guys put on.
That was phenomenal. Tyler Burton wins the stage, and wow, McWhorter second. I think McWhorter got second. Villalobos there in third, and Brandon Davis in fourth. After leading off of turn 4, Brandon Davis loses 3 spots in his run to the line.
Yeah, Brandon Davis just wrong place, wrong time, but you know, he's been known to make crazy moves. We've seen him make crazy moves, so there's, I believe next stage ends on lap 50, so we'll have to see if he's making crazy moves again.
Absolutely. Well, we are under the caution. I'd imagine everybody's going to come down to pit lane, and I mean, track position may be the key, but there's not going to be any, I think, real defined moves. And that being said, we got to fix something, so we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back on the far side here with a potential interview with our stage 1 competitors.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas, and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Welcome back, race fans, to the virtual Daytona International Speedway, and Brandon Davis is going to come off the pit lane as the race leader following that round of pit stops. And we're here now. Let's try to see if we can figure out if we're going to get a conversation in with a Stage 1 competitor. Let's see who we have, shall we? And well, we do actually have the man of the hour, the driver of the number 06, who won that stage. Trying to get him up in here, and we do, and we're going to be able to talk to our Stage 1 winner, driver of number 06, Tyler Burden. And Tyler, out of nowhere, you're going to sneak that one away from Brandon Davis.
I took notes from Earnhardt. Just come out of nowhere, read the air, and flow with it.
And that's exactly what you did. You had a great push with you if Joseph McWhorter. How long was that a line, or did it just kind of happen there at the last second?
It just kind of came together. I was kind of just reading everybody's movements. It got a little wild there for a minute. So I got back there. I had to fight my way back up. But, you know, it don't take long to get back up here at these plate tracks. So yeah, it just kind of all came together all at once. There was no plan to it, nothing. It's just right people, right place, right time.
Fair enough. Now, Tyler, we've been noticing there's been a little blinking going on. I think this has kind of been something you have to deal with. Is that affected you really tonight, being that I think it would affect a lot of the draft around you?
It hasn't really become that big of an issue. I don't know if my mic sounds very good. It hasn't been that big of an issue. I've asked some of the other drivers if it's doing all right. They said it's okay. It's not too bad. But if it gets bad enough, I'll just drop to the back.
Well, there is that. Here we go for stage number 2, halfway down the back straightaway. Before we let you go, vote, we're going to give you the floor to shout out whoever we're going to shout out. Thank you. We're going to thank for your Stage 1 victory.
I just want to thank, again, my mom and dad for teaching me everything I know. The University of Northwestern Ohio, even though that's not on the car, for giving me the education I have for these cars. And Jacob for painting this car. This is a car based off of the Summit Pro Stock cars in the MSRA, and I love them.
Well, right on, Tyler. We're going to leave you to it. Best luck to you in Stage 2 and the rest of the race, driver.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Again, that was the 06 of Tyler Burden. And, again, our Stage 1 winner. It comes off of turn number 4 there. Third car on the outside lane. The field now in the hands of Joseph McWhorter and Brandon Davis. And we are green once again from Daytona. Down the back straightaway they go. It is now Joseph McWhorter to the top spot and still holding station up there. Julio Villalobos there in 4th, trying to find a place in line and a ticket to the dance. He's got space down there if he wants to drop, but I think he might stay up there. Nope, he's going to put his way down into the bottom of the racetrack. And now leading that outside line is none other than point leader David Santini.
David Santini looking to get a run down the outside as we see Brandon Davis make his way to the outside, and Steven Davis push Santini up, so they're going to go 3 wide here into turn 1.
3 wide for the race lead. Santini has Gifford in tow. I thought Gifford was penalized, but he's still up here. The Davises up the middle. McWhorter has Stage 1 winner Tyler Burden behind him. And now the intensity is ramping up at the start of stage number 2. The Davises still holding station in the middle of the racetrack. Point leader Santini now falls a little bit because, well, John Gifford has fallen a little bit off that back bumper. We're back to 2 wide, but the Davises still holding station up high. McWhorter still holds the top spot.
Yeah, and the Davises trying to get that run to the outside. Can they get it? Can they get around the 32 here of Joseph McWhorter? It looks like he's getting a push. Brandon Davis is getting that push, but it's not enough to get him around McWhorter.
They're going side by side for the second position now with Tyler Burden trying to get clear of Brandon Davis. Davis is now cleared from the top 2, but he's going to stay up there with Steven Davis. And how about this run now for Evan Longacre to the outside, but no help, try as he might, trying to make something happen. Looks like he's just showing his hand, and he might have to fall back in line, but he's going to be now forced to stay up there because the 50 of Jeffrey Meyer has jumped up to the middle there in that second lane, trying to see what he can do. He's going to drop back down, and now that'll open the door for the 2 lanes to merge up there.
Yeah, that is gonna put a gap between the outside right now, as we see that Davis is still trying to control the outside, and they're trying to get a run as they can, and there's a lot of cars on the outside now, so they might be able to get something done here on this outside lane.
Absolutely, they're going to try to see what they can do, and Joseph McWhorter now again clear to the race lead. Tyler Burden giving it a nice consistent push, and staying in the session, most importantly, not lagging or anything like that to break up the momentum. That inside line is now actually gaining a lot of momentum. They're even kind of driving away from Villalobos and Hutchison that are pretty close to one another, but the Davis is hard at side drafting the inside lane there in the middle.
Yeah, and like I said, Brandon Davis is going to make a lot of interesting moves, and it's looked like he's starting to do it already. Both Davises are looking like making interesting moves. Will Steven Davis try and make it 3 wide here?
No,
I don't think he will.
I don't think Davis.
Hutchison up there.
Hutchison jumps up to the outside lane. He leaves Villalobos. Villalobos may be trying to give a little distance to the cars ahead, and just in case, not to push the pusher, but he's got to get up there. Now he's going to push from Jeffrey Meyer. He's going to be forced to get up there. Hutchison is aggressive. Brandon Davis is aggressive. Put them two together. What are we going to see here? They're on the outside lane with not much other help, so they're not going to be able to do too much, but still try as they might. They're edging out ahead of Villalobos for third.
Yeah, and there you see Steven Davis jump back up, so that's going to put a third car in line, but you got to get James Love up there too. If you can get James Love, there might be a little bit more help to that outside lane.
Absolutely, and inside a car there on the apron, Jeffrey Meyer. Steven Davis, I think he's pushing so hard that he's got to get some air to the nose of that 90, or he's just conditioned to give air to the nose of the car, and that's what he's doing in the center of the corner. Jeffrey Meyer now onto the bottom side of the racetrack. Is he dropping back?
Yeah, it looks like Jeffrey Meyer is dropping back, and he sees the intense racing, and I think he wants to do what I said before, and he just wants to be there at the end.
Absolutely, that's very interesting after seeing Jeffrey Meyer be up there in a lot of the daunting moves early in the first stage. He has decided that he's going to sit this one out, at least for the time being, and wait for stage 2 to get a little closer to the wire potentially. As we continue on here, McWhorter, Burton, the top 2, clear on the inside lane, but Hutchison making a run here with Steven Davis, Brandon Davis, and James Love.
Yeah, there's 4 cars on the outside now, so the pack could be getting the outside lane working, as we see Ralph Hutchinson trying to get there past Joseph McWhorter.
Steven Davis pushing Ralph Hutchinson to the race lead. Hutchinson is clear. Does he drop down, though? I don't think he's clear anymore because McWhorter got a huge push from Tyler Burton. Burton sounded the alarm, but Burton's lagging. Burton trying to stay to the glued to the back bumper and stay in the session to do so.
Yeah, Burton's going to have to get a huge prayer sent out to upstairs because he is lagging all over the place, and he definitely doesn't want to lag out of this one right now. We see them about to go 3 wide as Steven Davis goes all the way up to the very, very outside lane.
Steven Davis gets muscle out of line by Brandon Davis. Brandon out to the rear bumper here of Hutchison. They're going to try to link up here and see what can happen. Looks like Steven maybe that was voluntarily to let Brandon Davis back in front. Now the 3 driver's going to nose to tail, and now there's 6 on the inside lane, so it's a 3v6. Will the outside lane get anything moving? That's 3 of the most aggressive on the outside, though, and if anything's going to happen, if only 3 cars, I'd say it'd be that 3.
Yeah, these 3 are going to be aggressive, and they've been aggressive all night, and they're trying to get one another to the lead, and Ralph Hutchinson is just there, but it's not enough as we see 3 wide. It looks like Brandon Davis is getting hot, so he lets Steven Davis take over.
That may be it. Maybe they're alternating the pushers to see if they can keep each other fresh and see what kind of a run they can get. Maybe, yeah, that's what's probably happening. They're timing these runs out. Look at how far back Brandon Davis is here. You might have to ride on board to see all of this at work, but this is some elaborate stuff, I think.
Yeah, these guys are using their minds here, and you know, again, there's only 3 cars on the outside as we see Ralph Hutchinson falling back, and Brandon Davis goes to the inside. Oh! By Ralph Hutchinson. Oh, man, ever so close.
I don't know about that one, Chief. Nearly coming into contact, and now Stephen is trying to get down in line. Brandon was going to let him in, but the hole closed up too quickly.
Yeah, and now Stephen Davis falling back a little bit because nobody's trying to let him in right now, and I guess he gets in front of the 8 car.
It's the 9 of Cody Jordan. That is the 8 on the racetrack. Scored is the 9.
Yeah, and he gets in front of Cody Jordan there, and now he's going to ride, and Cody Jordan looking like, he's going to keep pushing to the outside.
That was an aggressive move to get Stephen Davis out of line. Send him back even further, but Stephen Davis, is he going to be able to get in front of James Love here? Trying to. He might be able to.
Yeah, it's looked like he has, and can he get behind Brandon Davis? He might try it, and he got close. He got it, though. He got it.
And he fell back in line to get some draft. He's going forward. Here we go through 1 and 2, trying to make that run work on the outside lane. Brandon Davis now to the inside, putting up a fight.
Yeah, the Davises are doing whatever they can to try and win this race, and it's only lap 40. There's still 11 laps to go in the stage, so they are pushing ever so hard right now.
Villalobos a little loose on the entry to corner. Looking back here off the rear bumper of Tyler Burden, you're seeing Villalobos, the car center of your screen. But to the left, there's Hutchison and Stephen Davis getting lined up. What can they do on the outside? We've seen a lot of what they can do in stage 1 and early here in stage 2, but can 2 cars do the deed on the outside lane? Villalobos is giving distance to Burden, but Villalobos looks very loose. Is that something maybe setup-wise that Villalobos' car is getting sideways for?
It could be something setup-wise, but again, those wind speeds are definitely hurting these drivers, and it's going to make them sideways, but it also could be a setup thing, and Julio Villalobos just has to keep it straight and not get into an incident.
Yeah, and that becomes ever increasingly difficult as the laps wind down. And now we're still in stage 2, and I don't expect these guys to really be aggressive, but we saw some 3 wide earlier, and Tyler Burton there blinked out for a second, but still looking back. Villalobos, Hutchison, who can get the advantage this time? It looks like Hutchison is going to be there at the line, and it is Hutchison now over Villalobos. And you see there, the graphic says it's Hutchison out in front. Third place now for Hutchison with the help from Stephen Davis, and now Matthew Van Gelder and more jump up to that outside lane.
Yeah, these guys are going to be pushing to the end of the stage, and these guys want those stage points, so we're going to see some more takers to the outside to try and get that outside line going.
Here now, I talked about the top 3 cars in a line, that what they have to do. What does the 4th car try to do? Well, just try to do and match what the 3rd car is doing. Try to stay near that rear bumper to keep the air off the spoiler so that the 3rd car has an easier job to stay to the 2nd car's back bumper, so the 2nd car can stay glued to the 1st car, and so on and so forth. And caution on the Speedway. Oh no, Chuck Waldrop,
no.
Evan Longacre.
That's going to hurt some of these drivers like Chuck Waldrop and Evan Longacre.
Oh my goodness.
Waldrop was flipping.
Oh goodness, we're going to get the replay here so you can see what exactly happened. And here we go, back here, this is Waldrop on the outside of the 17. David Gervais. Waldrop gets loose, entering the corner. I think that's something setup-wise. Gets loose right in front of Evan Longacre, and nowhere for Longacre to go. Barrel rolling. That's going to take John Gifford and John Binder, potentially. Big time impacts there. And a barrel roll for Chuck Waldrop.
Wow. That was, you know, he got loose in the corner. And what did I talk about earlier? The Xfinity cars are loose in these corners with that banking, and you can see it there. Chuck Waldrop just gets loose, and he just spins around and then gets hit by Longacre and flips.
Wow. That's a wicked sight. Huge hit there for John Gifford. We're going to take a couple more replays and see exactly what they saw in this incident. John Gifford and Evan Longacre and more. So here we are. We're on board with John Gifford. He's a little ways back here. You see Longacre, the red car on the outside lane. And up ahead, Waldrop, 4 cars up ahead, gets loose. And then no one has anywhere to go. There's the flipping, and right in front of... Oh, Gifford gets hit from behind from Binder.
Yeah, Gifford got a little help on that one, and Longacre was trying to miss it, but he just was at the wrong place, wrong time, down at the bottom, and ends up getting right into Waldrop.
You see Evan Longacre here from the gyro cam, so you can see just how all this goes unfolding. And up ahead, you see there's Waldrop. Loose. Nowhere for Longacre to go. He sends it down to the bottom and then hits him. There's nowhere to go. And spins up the banking into Gifford and Binder. Huge, huge impact. So we'll take one more look at it. Chuck Waldrop's barrel roll in turns 3 and 4.
Side-by-side racing there with the 17, and Waldrop going into the corner just gets ever so slightly loose, and that was it right there. That was it.
Wow. Wild scenes here from Daytona. Waldrop washes down to the bottom of the racetrack with everybody else as well, and that car, you don't look pretty.
Well, you know what? I do have to say, though, I'm very impressed with these drivers with it being a track like Daytona, and it took them 44 laps to get their first caution of the night besides the stage caution. So these drivers are, they're driving aggressive. We've seen the Davises driving aggressive and everybody else driving a little bit aggressive, but they're able to keep it clean.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we look at it here, and we'll see here if we're getting a 1 to green before I guess we move on forward, but we took a lot of replays there, and yeah, we are getting a 1 to green here. So there will be no driver's interview under this caution. But still, it is a commendable job from these drivers to do what they did for 44 laps and race pretty hard there in that second stage. That first stage was a little tame. Brandon Davis really wasn't tame in Hutchinson, but it was a few select drivers. That second time around, that second stage, that's where we saw a lot more get competitive. And you know what? Speaking of stage, we're going to be going green with 5 laps left in stage 2.
Yeah, these drivers are going to be battling out for a stage, and we know the Davises, they're getting a little wild, so we'll have to see what these two will do on the restart with Villalobos separating the two right now, and these drivers are going to be battling hard for stage points.
So that caution lap count's a little off, but we have had only 2 cautions today, 1 for the stage, 1 for incident. And 15 lead changes in 45 laps. That's a lead change every 3 laps. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that I do love to hear that. A lot of lead changes going on. It's not just single file racing. These guys are battling it out.
Absolutely. They are all trying. There's definitely drivers trying to ride around, and unfortunately I think a lot of the drivers who were trying to ride around got involved in that incident. Drivers that are a lap down and out of this, potentially out of this race, Chuck Waldrop, John Gifford, Evan Longacre, and John Binder are still attempting to continue on in this race. Gervais, half a lap behind right now, so I think he was taking some damage repairs to get caught up to the pace vehicle. But VIRacing.com safety vehicle will make the left-hand turn onto the pit lane, and we are green once again from Daytona. Joseph McWhorter with the great push from Tyler Burden. Yeah, here comes Steven Davis on that outside lane, trying to make some work there with Brandon Davis on the outside. They're coming around to 4 laps to go in stage 2. Who wants this stage more?
The Davises are going to be battling it out, and they're not battling it out right now. They're a little bit single file. Brandon Davis getting hung out to dry, but the outside lane could get some guys here. It looks like they're going to get a couple of guys to the end of this one.
Riding off the rear bumper here of race leader Joseph McWhorter and the blinking Tyler Burden directly behind.
Yeah, Tyler Burden still, even though blinking, going strong, pushing McWhorter, keeping him in the lead right now. The outside lane has died down just a little bit, and these drivers are trying to do anything they can for stage points as we see Steven Davis to the outside for a minute.
Coming around to 3 laps to go in this stage, and the advantage still to Joseph McWhorter up in front of Tyler Burden. And we'll see if anybody else is going to have anything to say about this stage and who it goes to. We continue on. Villalobos is there. My apologies. Villalobos is there in the 4th position now. That second car on the outside line trying to make something happen. Van Gelder and Crampton into the mix. We saw them get into the mix a little bit later, or earlier in stage 2, but not too far up the field. Now they're going at it for the stage 2 victory.
Yeah, these drivers, they want a chance at more stage points, and you know, Julio Villalobos is going to be pushing Steven Davis around the outside. Can he get him to the lead? Julio Villalobos back and forth. Man, he's doing everything he can to push Steven Davis.
Villalobos' car looks super loose. So coming off the corner now to 2 laps remaining in stage 2. Villalobos trying to keep Steven Davis in contention. Brandon Davis trying to work with. Now they've got Chris Hansen. We got Richard Clement and more on that outside lane. That outside lane is as packed as it's been all day long.
Yeah, you know, I talked about Chris Hansen earlier. I picked him to win tonight, and he's right now in 7th. He's doing really well for himself after starting 19th, and he's just trying to get on that outside and do anything he can to help Julio Villalobos push Steven Davis.
Let's also not forget, Julio Villalobos is in a bubble battle with James Love. Villalobos, if he finishes anywhere in the top 10 right now, where James Love is outside the top 10, that's another point to Villalobos' favor. Brandon Davis jumps that line. 1 lap to go in stage 1.
The outside lane simmering down a little bit, but I mean, there's a lot of drivers still there, but Steven Davis not getting the pushes that he needs to get that containment to try and get to first place, and Julio Villalobos loose everywhere.
Yeah, at this point, it's going to be somebody from the inside who might have to jump up. Does Burden jump up and leave McWhorter? Burden staying glued to that 32. Not jumping up yet. The outside lane resurging as much as they can into 3 and 4. McWhorter, no contest for now. The outside lane dissipating. Joseph McWhorter on the bottom side of the racetrack. Tyler Burden in 2nd. Is he going to jump out of line? He's going to push Joseph McWhorter to the stage 2 victory.
Wow, that was almost a caution there. Brandon Davis jumped down the line, and it almost caused an incident there, but what a battle from these drivers in stage 2. A little bit better than stage 1's battle, I do have to say myself.
Oh, you think so? Do you think the 3 wide at the line got beat by that?
That was a lot of fun, man. There wasn't a lot of more cars on the outside, that's for sure. But, man, what a battle these drivers are putting on. What a race it's been tonight.
It's been a great show, and these drivers, they've kept it clean as well. They haven't been wrecking all over the place for a great show as well. We had, of course, the 1 wreck in its stunning fashion. And, Jacob, it seems like every time we broadcast an MSRA race, there's a flip.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about MSRA, but I think these guys like flipping. I don't know what it is, but I think flipping is just in their nature. I don't know. Is it like somewhere in the logo? Is there like the word flipping somewhere embedded into the logo?
Well, you see, I mean, you expect it at Daytona, but you think back, we've had it at Pocono, we've had it at Watkins Glen. I mean, we've had a lot of flips in the very short stint we've been with this amazing league.
I don't know I think we might have had it at Nashville Super Speedway. I'm not too sure. I don't remember. And it's just, I don't know, man. Flipping just seems to be in the MSRA nature.
It seems to fit them, doesn't it?
It really does.
And take a quick moment here to shout out our partners here at PitStop TV, like Tucson Sound Art, Race Pace Setups, Perno Makeup and Cryo in Maine, Whiplash Media, and BAM Racing Videos. I want to shout out, of course, the MSRA National Series partners like Rapid Fire Pizza, Old School Ninjas, and Shorebuzz Racing Graphics. So working our third caution of the day they've had 2 cautions for stages, 1 caution for incidents, still 15 lead changes. I think that number, actually that number really hasn't changed because I don't think McWhorter ever lost the lead in that stint. So McWhorter, rightfully so, has led from the last restart to the stage 2 victory. And here we go, pit stops.
Yeah, we'll have to see if any of these drivers try and do a strategy, take 2 tires and fuel, or if it's all four tires and fuel for these guys. And there's going to be a lot of strategy. Maybe we'll see what these drivers do.
Drivers into the boxes, and oh no, McWhorter missed the box a little bit, and Crampton missed it by a mile. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and missing the box is... he's spinning into the box. This is not a good pit stop for TJ Crampton. He hit the wall.
TJ Crampton having trouble in the pit stall. Still trying to get that thing aligned. Oh no, TJ Crampton, a bad day gone worse for our 5-time race winner.
Yeah, that isn't going to help TJ Crampton. It's definitely going to hurt him, and spinning out in the box is something you don't want to do, and it's just, I don't know what happened, what he misjudged, or I don't know what happened there for TJ Crampton.
What this has done is this has given of a race lead to Ralph Hutchison, David Santini there in 2nd, Jeffrey Meyer 3rd, Tyler Burton 4th, Matthew Van Gelder the top 5. Let's see if we have the opportunity to talk to another competitor from stage number 2. And looking around, there might be someone. We're looking around here to see who we can pull up and let's pull up, how about the 50 of Jeffrey Meyer, shall we?
Sure, why not?
We're going to bring in driver of the number 50, Jeffrey Meyer. You're currently sat in 3rd after a wild first couple stages, Jeffrey. The first 50 laps, what say you?
What'd you say? The last few seconds?
Oh yeah, the last 50 laps. What do you say about all the action that's been happening around you?
Oh yeah, I thought I was done when the 7 got loose and right in front of me. Ended up taking out good friend Devin. So me and David and I think a couple others are doing this other strategy where we filled up early, and this way we got the lead now. So.
I see. That was going to be another question. How did you cycle up to the front? Well, thank you for answering that. The plan for stage 3, I imagine you're being second car on the inside for this restart. Is it to stay up here and let's see how the race plays out?
Yep, I think we're going to stay up front this time. Me and David, I think, are working together, and 79, and I'm not sure who he's working with, but we'll find out, I guess.
We'll ride on. Before we get going here for stage number 3, quickly, Jeffrey, we're going to give you the floor here to shout out whoever we're going to shout out.
Rapid Fire Pizza. You guys for putting on broadcast. You guys do a good job. You guys that sponsor me, Frontline Esports.
All right. Well, we're going to leave you to it, driver. Best luck to you in stage number 3, and hopefully we'll talk to you some more later.
All right, thanks. Hopefully.
And that was driver of the number... So sorry. Number 50, Jeffrey Meyer. We're back to racing here from Daytona. Back up front, Ralph Hutchison, the race leader, and David Santini has filed his way back in line there in second. We heard from Jeffrey Meyer that he's working with Santini, so that looked pretty evident. But how about now, Mick Warder and Villalobos, and now Jeffrey Meyer jumps out of line. He wants to go to the front, but Mick Warder doesn't want to work with him.
Yeah, Mick Warder is going to, well, it looks like Mick Warder's going to go back to Jeffrey Meyer, and he's going to push him now. I guess he, last second decision there, and he is definitely now pushing Jeffrey Meyer, and maybe he'll try and push Jeffrey Meyer to the front.
Well, Jeffrey Meyer now a huge head of steam. Now second car in this race and leading there that outside lane. A huge run. Rush of momentum for Jeffrey Meyer.
Yeah, Jeffrey Meyer moving to the outside definitely working just for now, but we'll have to see in the longer run if it works for him.
Continue on off of turn number 4. It's 3 cars packed up on the outside lane. And I continue to say, I think that's the magic number tonight. 3 cars. We saw that. The outside lane was moving with Mick Warder tucked up behind Jeffrey Meyer, and Villalobos there to give some support as well. Villalobos has since faded off a little bit off of Mick Warder's bumper, but it's still Hutchison and Santini down on the inside. Now Matthew Van Gelder has moved up to the 3rd car on the inside lane since Jeffrey Meyer's leave. And now they're going to get nose to tail here, and this is where the run's going to happen. You see Van Gelder's even opened up the gap to the car behind him of John Binder.
Yeah, he's opened up that gap, and the gap is John Binder definitely. I don't know if John Binder has some damage on the front, and it's hurting him a little bit, and he just has to stay in the pack. But there's a gap there for a car to fit, but I think it might close up here quickly.
Nonetheless, Ralph Hutchison continues to lead here at Daytona. You can get a great look there of David Santini hounding the rear bumper of the 51 car.
And you can see that outside lane working. They want to get to the lead, and it looks like Mick Warder's going to be pushing Jeffrey Meyer down the backstretch and trying to get him to the lead.
A great push from David Santini will keep Hutchison out in front, but they are still double wide behind. The side draft in effect right now. Jeffrey Meyer still hanging tough on the outside. He's still got Mick Warder, Villalobos, and more on the outside. And now 5 cars have lined up. Jeffrey Meyer, a huge run to the line. Not at the line, he won't get the lead, but he's got the momentum on his side down into turn 1.
And you know what? I do want to say there is no Brandon Davis in this pack to make it wild. There's still Steven Davis, but Brandon Davis is 18 seconds back, not in the draft. So there's no crazy moves from Brandon Davis here.
Brandon Davis is down in the 17th position. He looks like he's gonna need a caution to get back in this race. But again, like you said, I mean, we've seen crazier things happen. He's definitely going to be able to get back into it if he gets that opportunity. Let's go ahead and let's check in on him and see how he's doing. I don't know. It looks like a little nose damage, but the car looks clean, so I think he just lost the draft.
Yeah, I think it might have happened on that restart. I was watching him, and it looked like he misjudged pit road timing, and he just got on the pack as they were going green. And he was the last car, so that definitely didn't help, and he lost the draft.
Matthew Van Gelder giving a great push to Santini, and now here comes James Love. James Love and Julio Villalobos side by side in the pack, and that's the cut line as well. Dependent on if there maybe, is a new winner in the field. Now James Love is blinking, and this is going to hurt. James Love now blinked out big time. Can he stay in the session? Let's see if he can. Looks like he has there reconnected. The outside again jumbled up a little bit, though. The outside nearly 3 wide.
Man, these guys are battling for it right now. Lap 61 out of 84. These guys are putting the pressure on Hutchison and Santini. It's going to be a battle to the finish as we see Steven Davis get cycled out a little bit. 3 wide for just a second there.
Right, 3 wide. Steven Davis, I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do. I figured he probably would get back behind Villalobos. Other than that, maybe trying to get some air to the nose. But not entirely sure what Steven Davis is trying by himself with no help.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I don't know if he's trying to get air to the car. I don't know. This is an interesting strategy that Steven Davis is doing right now, and it's just something I've never seen before, for sure.
Look back a little ways and see what's going on back here at the pack. James Love has lost the lead draft as well. So that means TJ Crampton is the last car in the lead pack in 15th. 3 wide now in the middle. Villalobos up the middle. He's gone to the inside of Mick Warder.
Oh boy, it's getting dicey right now. And McWhorter's going to go all the way up to the wall, and he's going to lose a couple spots by Julio Villalobos taking it 3 wide. And now Julio Villalobos will be the pusher to Jeffrey Meyer.
Now can Villalobos give a nice consistent push to the 38 there in the outside lane? We'll have to see. Steven Davis is ready to help Villalobos if he can get there as well. McWhorter hung out to dry there. He'll fall back to 4th car in the outside lane in A. If it's still Ralph Hutchison in the top spot, trying to hold on to what he's got.
Yeah, Ralph Hutchison is holding on, but Julio Villalobos giving a nice push down the back stretch. Jeffrey Meyer leading for just a second, and there's 2 lap cars in front of him to help. And Jeffrey Meyer takes the lead from Ralph Hutchison.
Evan, oh no! They're gonna wreck in the back potentially. Can they hold on to it? They're wrecking.
Oh man, those lap cars didn't help. That is what kind of caused the caution there, and the second caution flag for incidents will fly here at Daytona.
Oh,
and
no.
it's ball drop. No.
Not again.
Chuck Waldrop again.
From bad to worse, 4 of a Texan native. No, he did not. He did not do that again. We're going to see them. This is them getting lapped here. Waldrop and Longacre trying to work with one another, trying to stay up on the outside lane. And I think Waldrop has flipped again. So
We'll
here
have to
comes the
see.
leaders. Yep.
So we'll have to see once we get this replay if Chuck Waldrop indeed did flip as we see him spin there, and he does it again.
Oh my goodness.
He does it again. Is there a flipping in the logo somewhere? Like, I'm starting to think that there's a the word flipping embedded in the logo of the MSRA National Series somewhere.
You can't make this up. Has anyone ever flipped twice in the same race? 2 different times, 2 different laps.
I don't believe so, but you know the MSRA National Series is different than every other series apparently.
Let me put this also into the mix. Has anybody ever flipped without a fast repair and flipped again? This is great
wild.
stuff.
I know Chuck Waldrop is not going to be happy to see his car up in the air twice on the replay, or twice when he watches it back tonight, but man, this is just insane. Twice he went in the air. I don't know how they cleared him from the medical center.
That's what I'm saying. But here we go. We'll get a replay. This is in the heart of the pack. Let's see everybody who made contact. Villalobos made contact. He put Waldrop in the wall. Oh, big contact there with Tyler Burton. More cars made contact there. It looked like very light contact of everyone else except maybe Tyler Burton and Chuck Waldrop, the brunt of the wreck there.
I think it's time to keep him in the medical care center this time. No more Waldrop. No more Waldrop wrecking here.
Man.
No, it seems like these drivers just don't like that 7 car for some reason. Look at that.
Just wow. They're all rolling down the banky. I thought something had glitched with my iRacing sim when I was going back to the replay. That I thought, oh, it took us back to the previous wreck. No, he actually just flipped again. Same turn, different lap. And there's no fast repairs in this race.
I'm amazed.
I've
never seen this.
The only cautions for incident today have both been Chuck Waldrop flipping in turn 3. We've had 2 stage cautions and 2 Chuck Waldrop barrel rolling cautions tonight. For a total of 4 cautions, we've had 17 lead changes since the drop of the green flag, and we're on the 1 to green. Jeffrey Meyer, Ralph Hutchison, the top 2, Santini, Davis, Villalobos, John Bender, the first 3 rows.
The pace car, the lights are out. We are going to be going green. I don't know what to say. I'm just amazed.
Well, John Gifford has officially left the session. He is 20 laps down and out of the race. Chuck Waldrop is now officially out of the race, 12 laps down. And Evan Longacre has also taken it behind the wall. He is 18th, 2 laps down. And Brandon Davis, Evan Longacre, still second in points. He's going to lose a little bit of touch there to Santini. But nonetheless, I mean, I feel like the gaps in the top 10 have pretty much been solidified. Well, maybe not 7 through 10. 7 through 10 is pretty tight, but the top 7 have all been pretty much solidified. We still got a few more weeks to decide all of that. And of course, the battle for the final playoff spot and all of that between Matt White, which importantly is not here tonight, and he had about a 40-point advantage over James Love and a few more over Julio Villalobos. So if Villalobos does, make it into the cut, does he also maybe give himself another cushion with Matt White potentially not racing? We'll have to keep track of that, and we'll definitely see the next time we cover the Midwest Sim Racing Association National Series in their next event here on PitStop TV. BDIRacing.com safety vehicle will find its safety in the pit lane, and we are green once again from Daytona. Down the back straightaway, Jeffrey Meyer has cleared out to the race lead with David Santini in tow. They are side by side, 4th, 3rd, Villalobos and Ralph Hutchison. Hutchison there on the outside, trying to keep that outside lane relevant in this fight for the win. McWhorter now behind. Stephen Davis back in 3rd on third car on the outside lane, trying to see what they can do.
Yeah, side by side, Julio Villalobos getting a little squirrely there, but he's going to try and pull up and get to David Santini's bumper to keep the inside lane going strong. And as we look at Stephen Davis is just going to be trying some weird things, some weird strategies going. I don't know what Stephen Davis is doing. I don't know if he's trying to get air. I have no idea, but Stephen Davis doing everything he can to try and keep the outside going.
That's about the only thing I can think of that's logical to me is air. I don't quite understand the move other than that. But through the trial once again, for a working lap 69 of 84, so this time by will be 15 laps remaining in the race. Jeffrey Meyer under pressure from Ralph Hutchison and the outside lane. Santini can't close up to Meyer's back end. Side by side down the back straight. Now it's a dead heat. Hutchison noses out in front. Looks like he has the better push from McWhorter.
Yeah, McWhorter is getting a big push, and Hutchison's gonna
wow,
ever so slightly clear Jeffrey Meyer. Wow, that could have been an incident. Wow.
Ralph Hutchison is clear to the race lead, and there's still 14 cars in this lead pack with Robert Anderson, the last car in that pack. Everybody double wide. Off the lead pack is Richard Clement and Brandon Davis. I'm assuming Brandon Davis has some sort of engine damage because he has lost the draft again. And Chris Hansen is now 4 laps down as well to add to the tally of cars that are out of this race.
And Brandon Davis was making crazy moves earlier in the race, and it just sucks to see that he has engine damage and possibly engine damage, and there's not much that he can do now, but we keep moving on. And looking at Robert Anderson as the 17 just gets a little slow there.
Yeah, David Gervais, I assume, maybe checking up or something he saw maybe up ahead. If he can stay in the lead pack, all is well. But what's going on here is we have 14 cars in the lead pack, and every single car is double wide. We are double wide, 7 rows deep now. Anderson toying with that number a little bit, but for a moment there, we were 7. We had 7 rows of 2 wide, and into the wall, James Love.
This is going to hurt James Love, and you know, that playoff bubble spot, that's going to hurt him. He's into the wall. He's going to be able to keep the lead draft possibly, so he's looking all right for now, but he definitely doesn't, it's definitely not a position he wants to put himself in with not a lot of laps left in this race.
Tyler Burton, the stage 1 winner there. Third car on the outside line right in front of Matthew Van Gelder. And I think it's these top 7, top 8 cars. Oh, and into the wall nearly with Steven Davis. He's going to get sent 3 wide.
Yeah, and it's that weird strategy thing that Steven Davis is doing that's hurting him, almost getting him into the wall there. Again, it's probably him clearing air, but I am not too sure. That's the only thing we can think of, but that's going to hurt Steven Davis. He's going to drop a lot of spots. As you can see right now, he's already back to 13.
And that's just something that can happen, something that simple. And now McWhorter challenging for the race lead.
McWhorter getting a big push from Tyler Burton, but he's not going to be able to get it right now. Still side by side. We'll have to see if maybe Tyler Burton gets him a big push down the front stretch.
Yeah, and you saw Steven Davis now last car on the outside lane. That's, again, how quickly things can happen at Daytona. Now 12 laps to go here at the World Center of Racing. McWhorter trying to take the lead away from Hutchison. They're still side by side. And blown up is the 50 of Jeffrey Meyer.
Oh no, that's going to hurt the pack.
Oh, he's going to go around.
Oh, he saved it.
But that's
that
going to
doesn't
hurt.
help Julio Villalobos or David Santini.
That's going to hurt their races and potentially end them if we don't get a caution.
Wow, that just shows you how hard pushing Jeffrey Meyer was, and he must have not been looking at his temps.
Oh, no, big contact!
Into Steven Davis, big wreck on the front stretch.
Steven Davis, Cody Jordan, and big damage for John Binder, and we stay green.
There's no caution, so that's going to hurt these guys' races as well.
What is going on? With 11 laps to go at Daytona, several drivers in trouble. Villalobos and Santini get caught out by blowing up Jeffrey Meyer. Cody Jordan, Steven Davis, and John Binder get into a wreck, and all of a sudden, there's only 8 cars left.
And like you said, there's still only 11 laps to go, so to see them going for it that early, I mean, it really didn't help that Jeffrey Meyer blew up, but to see them going for it and still going for it that early into the run, like 11 laps to go, it's just insane to see.
And now Hutchison is going to be under attack from Joseph McWhorter and Tyler Bird, and Matthew Van Gelder is going to try to get there. He's going to go to the outside. They're going to shuffle Hutchison out from the race lead.
And I don't think Hutchison had any help there. They just shuffled him out, and now they're going to try and start pulling away as Van Gelder is still on the outside there, not getting clear to the inside just yet. And looks like Hutchison will have the availability to get back to them right now.
And Burton may be trying to jump out there. Matthew Van Gelder finds his way there, 4th car in line. And now James Love, the only car on the outside lane.
Well, they're going to be single file for now. I think that's where they want to be. I think they want to just go single file, and these guys are going to try and ride out to the end. Never mind, as I say that, Ralph Hutchison going back to the outside, and Van Gelder is going to leave him out to dry.
I was going to say, who's going to go with him after all the wrecks that have happened that have not brought out cautions? Who's going to chance it? Ralph Hutchison did. Well, nobody else decided to do so. Ralph Hutchison now dropping down the running order. And how about David Gervais, who was a lap down in stage 1? He's now one of the 8 cars remaining in contention for this race win.
Yeah, he is, and there's another car I wanted to talk about as well. TJ Crampton, after having that issue on pit road, as we saw him spinning and stuff on pit road, now he's one of the 8 cars in this battle.
Again, 8 cars. That's all we have left in the lead. Pag, Villalobos, and Santini trying to do what they can, but both of them slightly damaged, and only 2 cars will not outmuscle 8. John Binder in 11th. Trying to see what he can hang on for. Back here with Richard Clement and Brandon Davis. Clement powered by Brandon Davis as if Brandon Davis is underpowered. Steven Davis is lapped down along with Jeffrey Meyer, who's now parked it on the pit lane. Actually, Steven Davis is 2 laps down. So check that. The front is calmed down for the most part. Robert Anderson maybe trying to help out Hutchison, and that's about it.
There's not much going on, and these drivers are single file for now, but, you know, coming to the final laps, we're definitely going to see some moves, and we're going to see some wild stuff. I think these drivers are just saving it for the end here.
Absolutely. At this point, you put yourself in a position to do so. Now just kind of keep yourself in line, keep yourself with that chance. And, wow, how quickly this race went from we had 14 cars with a chance to go at it to 6 cars dropping out of the race, of the lead pack with a chance, out of a chance to win the race, and no caution because of it.
And that caution for that wreck definitely didn't help Santini or Villalobos there. I know there might have been a caution, but I mean they wrecked on the apron there, so no caution was called, no harm, no foul, and it's just gonna hurt more drivers, and that's all you can do is just hope and pray that there might be a caution and it didn't come out.
James Love here potentially going for fastest lap again, looking to check up into 1-vo. And this is something I noticed. I did an AFIX today before we got really into preparing for this broadcast. And every time there was a huge checkup into turn 1. And I think that's where the cars are loaded up first once again after going off of turn 4, getting settled, and then going through a tri-oval. The first time they have to really load these cars back up into a corner was back there in turn 1, and you could really feel the checkup. We were in the middle of the pack, and here's James Love trying to go to the outside of Robert Anderson with, well, no help other than the side draft Robert Anderson. I don't quite understand that move.
Yeah, and it looks like James Love doesn't have some damage there, so he's not going to be able to get any good run, especially with that damage. And oh, he might get a big run here. As I say that, I don't think it's going to work though.
Try as he might. I think he might be hurting himself more than helping. Ralph Hutchison, though, trying to get James Love to draft up there, and I mean, I guess they're trying something, but it's not looking too pretty back here for these guys to get organized.
Yeah, and there's still 5 laps left, so these guys are trying as they might, but nothing is working right now, and I don't think anybody wants to go to the outside just yet. 5 laps to go. They're going to sit behind the leader until probably the white flag.
4 laps to go from Daytona. Joseph McWhorter, Tyler Burden, Matthew Van Gelder, TJ Crampton. Now, the run on the outside has formed up. 4 cars on the outside. Robert Anderson nearly walls it in the 47. Van Gelder trying to lead this outside lane. Hutchison wants to get close up there. James Love trying to keep them toe-to-toe. And now we're going side by side, 8 cars deep.
Well, as much as I would have said that they were going to stay single file to the white flag, they're going to be going double file now with 4 laps to go. Pushing Hutchison is Van Gelder, and he's trying to get Van Gelder to that lead.
Hutchison, we've seen him be in the right spot at the right time a lot of today's race, and been up there towards the front, trying to see what he can do, testing out the waters. Well, now it's time to put what he's learned to the test. 81 laps ran, 3 laps to go. What are you gonna do? Joseph McWhorter has been out in front a majority of the race since stage number 2, and he's got a very loyal Tyler Burton behind. Matthew Van Gelder, though, trying to make something happen with Hutchison, who's been very, very good at the pushing stuff.
Yeah, Hutchison has been really pushing everyone he has pushed tonight, and trying to make sure that the driver he's pushing can get to the lead. So Hutchison's going to put it on the line as we will come to the line with 2 laps to go in this one.
5 miles to settle it from the world center of racing. 8 cars in the lead pack. All 8 of them are side by side. It is Matthew Van Gelder challenging Joseph McWhorter for the race lead. Ralph Hutchison trying to keep up with the 16 to keep him nose to tail. James Love there as well. Robert Anderson has fallen off, and I think he might be what decides that this outside lane is going to get moving or not. There's a lap traffic up ahead. The inside lane very committed. They organize with Mick Warner, but now he is pushing the lead. Van Gelder gets clear.
Now and it looks like the 88 of James Love gets loose. Can he save it? No, that's not
going to bring out a
cause caution. I don't believe so. They're going to keep it green, and they are going to take the white flag presented by Tucson Soundart.
Yes, the white flag now taken, and Joseph McWhorter clears back to the lead. Help from Tyler Burden. Now Hutchison behind Tyler Burden. Matthew Van Gelder is trying to see what he can do from second now. Lap traffic on the bottom. Here we go. They're going to split them.
Oh, they split them, and they're crazy moves and just a lot of excitement there, but Joseph McWhorter still leading side by side. Sorry that he's not leading. Van Gelder is leading side by side down the turn.
Contact! Van Gelder opened over as the 32!
TJ Crampton leads, and what a win it would be for him, especially when he is sick. Can he block? He's going to block the 17 all the way to the line.
Gervais down low, up high, but it's TJ Crampton, the race winner here at Daytona. What a wild final lap. Matthew Van Gelder thought he had it. And then the turn 3, it all went south. Everybody else trying to crawl their way back to the line. Look at this. and Tyler Burden, the two drivers who were leading the inside lane, destroyed.
And you know, I talked about TJ Crampton. He was sick. He said he was sick and he might not be able to race. Well, he came in and raced, and what did he do? He won this race. What a drive TJ Crampton put on. And even after making a mistake on pit road, he was still able to come out here and win this race.
We were trying to see if we can get a replay there, but I think we're not going to be able to get it right away. We'll get it on the far side of a break. But first, TJ Crampton, the race winner here at Daytona, he gets his opportunity to celebrate. Now puts it up against the wall.
Yeah, he's doing a little bit of straight line burnouts, and now he's doing a Brad Keselowski championship burnout. At least that's what I always bring it back to when you burn out on the wall. And he is definitely happy with his win today. And, you know, for sure, he should be. He's like I keep saying, before the race, he said he wasn't going to race tonight. Well, he came in here and stole the show.
And absolutely, and we're going to get his reaction and more on the far side of this break. Don't you go anywhere. PitStop TV's live coverage of the MSRA MSRA National Series, round 23 of 33, and reactions from the race winner, podium finishers, and more on the far side. Don't go anywhere.
Sound art is a product that is a speaker and it's art. We combine it together and we call it sound art. What makes it so unique that any picture can be your speaker? Sound art gives you the high quality sound without the ugly speaker. This isn't a picture with a speaker, the picture is the speaker. Just imagine your wedding picture uploaded onto a canvas and now it's speaking 10,000 tunes. I mean, it's a very cool concept. What we like so much about it that you can take anything that means something very special to you, upload it on the canvas, have it hanging up in your room, your balcony, wherever you want to put it, and now it's a speaker. I mean, how cool is that? It's something that we have that and no one has. No one has this product. It's just a great gift to give anybody. It's just a neat concept. Around here we say, art never sounded so good.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.
Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Daytona International Speedway. We're now into post-race coverage of the MSRA National Series round 23 of 33 here from Daytona. And we got a look here of the final lap, and let's see what exactly happened. This is post-race. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull up that replay first before we get into the conversations with the finishers here. The podium finishers here at Daytona. And let's look at it here. This is down the back straightaway. Let's see how it all goes down. Take an overhead look and we'll slow it down for you. So you see here, it's Van Gelder up high and Hutchison. It's a great push going on there. McWhorter and Burton try as they might. Great pushes down on the bottom side. Van Gelder is clear. Does Van Gelder get sideways here?
It looks like he...
Oh, this was a lap prior. That's James Love getting his contacted there.
Yeah, he got loose and just spun it around, and that's what the banking can do at Daytona.
So here we go. Now we got the incident in question, and we could take an overhead look at it here. And here's TJ Crampton getting a huge push from David Gervais. Van Gelder on the bottom side with no help. McWhorter getting a huge push from Tyler Burton. Into the corner. Crampton pushes Van Gelder, comes up the track and clips McWhorter. Oh, wow. McWhorter goes up the wall, up into the wall. Huge contact there for Tyler Burton. Hutchison misses it. Robert Anderson kind of misses it. Van Gelder though comes back down the racetrack. Everybody trying to avoid him. Hutchison does. And then Anderson trying to get down to the bottom side, but there's a spinning Matthew Van Gelder once again. And then, bam, into the driver's side door of Matthew Van Gelder is Robert Anderson. And that's where Matthew Van Gelder was able to get back straight and finish fourth. But the podium finishers there, TJ Crampton and David Gervais. And, what about we say, let's get our interview queued up here with the man of the hour and driver of the number 61, TJ Crampton. I'll find him here. I'll bring him on up. Race winner, driver of the number 61, and I believe this is the 6th time this season that TJ Crampton is a race winner, and here at Daytona of all places. What a wild final lap. TJ, how'd you get that one done?
I don't know. Someone behind me gave me a huge shove into my teammate. I was trying to just shove Matthew to the win, to be honest, and the 17 behind me gave me a huge shove and shoved me right into him and spun him out into the field. So it's not how I wanted to win a race because I'd take out the entire field on the last lap. But a win's a win. I'll try to get him any way I can. And sweeping Daytona, it's crazy. Won the first race of the season here, and now winning this race. I don't know. It's just something about this track I like, and it just I seem to get it done.
Absolutely, and even when it didn't look like it was all yours, and that's the nature of Daytona, because you led one lap tonight, the most important one there at the final lap. What was the game plan most of the night? We saw you kind of peek your nose up into the top 10 a little bit there in stage 2, but for most of the night, we were kind of watching you, I guess, be laid back most of the time in stage 1, and there in stage 3, just a lot was going on. But what was the game plan for the 61 tonight, and how well was it executed?
I would say it was pretty good besides pit road. Something happened during pit road. I just try to lay back. I most of my time in the officials in iRacing, I just lay back the entire time, about 5 to 3/10 off of everyone, and let everyone else do the dirty work, I guess. Wreck their cars, and it didn't really happen that much. So I was just towards the end of the stages, I just tried to go for stage points, I guess. And during pit road of one of the stops, someone was entered their pit stall a bit too early, and I hit them because my stall was ahead of someone else's, and I reversed into someone. So it wasn't the cleanest race for me. I feel bad because obviously I don't like to win them like this, but a win's a win, and sometimes just gotta take him.
Right. Unfortunately, we had all eyes on you for the pit road incident you were speaking of there. So I apologize for that. But you can kind of cancel that out with the race win here tonight at Daytona. Your 6th win on the season. Not even really going to ask you about the upcoming races. I guess we'll ask you, what do you feel about Darlington coming up and your chances there?
Darlington, to be honest, for the first race, I was decent, but I wasn't the best, and pit strategy worked out in my way. So hopefully I can pull some more pit strategy off and hopefully get a good run at Darlington.
Well, fair enough, but I think mainly the real question here, because you have now 6 wins on the season, you're up there easily in the top 10 in points and should easily make the playoffs at that, even without the wins. But your momentum for the playoffs, I know there's still 3 races left before you really get your head down to thinking about, the end of the season prize. But how does this win kind of set up maybe a run to keep that momentum going for the final 7?
Yeah, I'm just really right now, I'm just trying to rack up playoff points because obviously the second round I'm gonna have to miss a race in the second round just because of an event that I'm heading to. So I'm just trying to rack up as many playoff points so I don't have to worry about. Obviously, I'm gonna have to have some trouble or some points in the second round to try to get through that, but I'm gonna miss a 1 to 2 races. So I'm just trying to rack up playoff points, making sure that in case I do have to miss a race, I should be still able to continue on in the playoffs.
Well, absolutely. That's wild to think that we potentially could be seeing you having that kind of trouble in the playoffs, and we haven't even gotten there yet. But hopefully that it's all able to work out for your sake. But once again, congratulations on the win here tonight at Daytona, your 6th win on the season. We'll give the floor here to shout out who we're going to shout out. Thank you. We're going to thank for getting it done tonight.
Yeah, I got to thank you guys for broadcasting. It's always great. Got to thank my teammate, Matthew Van Gelder. I just want to say sorry to him because obviously I didn't mean to wreck him. And, he's amazing. He makes the setups each and every week. So he's the main part of this team. And I got to thank everyone here at the league and all the league sponsors, Rapid Fire Pizza, Old School Ninjas, and Showbros Racing Graphics.
Well, right on. TJ Crampton, 6-time race winner on the season. Congratulations, brother. Hopefully we'll talk to you a little bit more throughout the season.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And that was driver of the number 61, TJ Crampton. And our second place finisher is a driver who went from being a lap down to a second place finish. Jacob Zella, same time for second place finisher, David Gervais.
Yeah, and David Gervais went a lap down early in this race. And David, what was the strategy knowing you were a lap down? What were you doing to try and put yourself back on the lead lap?
I was just going to ride it out till the first segment of the race. In caution, I get the lucky dog as long as everything stayed green.
And what was the play for you? Was there anything, honestly, you could have done to get around TJ Crampton to get that win? I know you gave him a huge push down the backstretch. Was there anything more that you could have done to try and get to TJ Crampton and steal away a win from him?
I was trying to go to the outside and he blocked me, and then I went to the inside and he blocked me again, and it wasn't worth wrecking both of us to try to get by him, so I just stayed with him on it. It wasn't worth both of us getting wrecked out for the race.
Yeah, well, we do appreciate that, and that's a good racing etiquette from you, David. One last thing for you. Is there anyone you want to shout out for your second place finish tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank Jeffrey Meyer. He worked hard on the setup and gave us a real good car today.
Well, that is it from David Gervais, and now we are standing by with Emerson for third place finisher.
Yeah, and we're going to bring in our third place finisher, driver of the number 51, Ralph Hutchison, who was up there, a big player in the mix all day today, led 17 laps, and had to work from the back of the pack to the front, and then some. Ralph Hutchison, it was a fun night from the looks of it. What say you?
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The Xfinity car is really, really fun with the plate racing. Race car was amazing. Felt like I could go anywhere I wanted to with really good momentum. Want to thank everybody at Lockdown Racing. Ton of awesome support within that race team. Anthony Alfredo, our partners, Sparko, SimSeats, Dude Wipes, Garage Guys Fantasy Sports, McConey Setup Shop, everyone that chips in over there.
Well, that's a big list of thanks right off the bat, and of course, huge shout out to everybody who works to get these drivers into the series here at the MSRA National Series, and to put these drivers on the track, because it was a great show. Now, Ralph, we look at the race, and there's a lot of mainstays towards the front. You look to yourself and the Davises and Villalobos, Burden, and McWhorter. What was it like racing those guys all day, kind of knowing that it's 84 laps and y'all are all trying to survive it to the end, but y'all still wanted to all have a good time and race?
Yeah, a ton of fun there. That first run, I dropped out of the pack because I was way too loose. I was chattered right rear ender in the corner, and I was worried I was going to be the wreck. I'm here racing for fun. A lot of these guys are racing for points, so the last thing I wanted was to do that. These guys are fun to race around. I race, McWhorter's in the Premier Series, and when him and Burden were paired up, they were really, really hard to contend with. I spent most of that final stage trying to get the help I needed to get back up front. It looked like Meyer blew up behind me, so that hurt. James Love was going to be great help, and then he got loose. That seemed to be a theme tonight, a lot of really loose race cars, so that always adds to the fun, slipping and sliding around.
Yeah, it's crazy to think, a 2.5 mile super speed when you're slipping and sliding the car, but that's just what it was tonight in these Xfinity Series cars. And you say you're racing for fun. I don't know if you race here on a full-time basis, but if you do, or if you don't, what's the next event you have your eye on the schedule?
Well, tomorrow night, we've got the Premier Series on tap. I think I'm 9 points to the good for the regular season title in the Premier Series. So going to be a lot more really hard racing tomorrow night with Boyd Hogan, Jacob Shorba, Vincent Arthur, everybody that runs that. So tonight was kind of a warm-up for that, but the package is just so different. It's really hard to transfer from one to the other. But tonight was a good warm-up for sure. Drafting, timing runs, making lines work, etc., etc. So.
Absolutely. We noticed that there was a lot of practicing runs, if any, throughout the entire race and learning. But with that being said, a podium finish here tonight in the Xfinity Series came down for fun. It looked like a lot of fun out from here in the booth. So we'll give you the chance here to shout out who we're going to shout out once again. Thank you. We're going to thank for getting you the opportunity to place at third here tonight.
Yeah, thank you to everyone within the team. Thank you to Anthony Alfredo bringing all the partners on for this race team. A lot of awesome partners. I want to say thank you to Jacob Shorba and everybody involved with the Midwest Sim Racing Association. Too many sponsors to count for that. I just want to thank everybody who helps put this on and make this a reality, because at the end of the day, this is a lot of fun for quite literally everybody involved, and it wouldn't be possible without you guys doing the broadcasts, the league partners, team partners. It takes a lot of people to make this happen. So thank you to literally everybody.
Right on. Well, that is Ralph Hutchison, our third place finisher. Again, very, very fun driver to watch tonight. And congratulations on your podium, Ralph. And best of luck to you tomorrow night in the Premier Series.
Thank you very much, and hope you enjoyed the race, guys. Take care.
Absolutely. That was our third place finisher, Ralph Hutchison. And Jacob, tonight, it was wild. I was a little I guess I expected what I expected. I thought 84 laps was a good length because we still saw. There was times where we saw the drivers chill out a little bit, kind of nearly go single file the entire way. But there were drivers who were here for fun, like Hutchison, who went at it all race long and gave us a show, even when we thought this was pretty early in the race to be pushing.
Yeah, these drivers were going for it every which way tonight, and there was no backing down, and it was a great race overall. And I love covering the MSRA series, both their trucks and their national series. It is so much fun. These drivers race clean, and it was a good race all around tonight.
Well, let's see how the race all ran down. It was TJ Crampton, the race winner, with, again, 1 lap led tonight. Was battling David Gervais to the line there in second. Ralph Hutchison comes home in third. Matthew Van Gelder gets straightened out for a fourth. Robert Anderson, the driver who straightened him out, finishes fifth. James Love got loose earlier with a couple laps prior to the end, which might have helped him get around some of the wrecked race cars there. He finishes sixth. Tyler Burton in seventh. A blown engine crumbling across the line. Joseph McWhorter, a mangled car there in eighth. Julio Villalobos and David Santini ninth and 10th. Their race is ruined by Jeffrey Meyer blowing up and really not having anywhere to go to avoid him.
Well, let's just see where these 11th through 20th place drivers bid it out tonight. John Binder in 11th. In 12th, Brandon Davis had a really good run, making crazy moves early in the race, just not able to finish it off. Richard Clement in 13th. Stephen Davis in 14th. Cody Jordan in 15th. Jeffrey Meyer in 16th, Chris Hansen in 17th, Evan Longacre in 18th, and this guy, this 7 car, we've seen him upside down twice tonight, and I think a little more than we would have liked to see. I think we would have liked to see him more on the track tonight, but he finishes 19th, and John Gifford in 20th.
And yeah, Heartbreak Haven here on the second page of results, and that's kind of what we expected at Daytona. We got a lot of finishers for what it's worth. In the 20-car field, we still had 10 finish on the lead, or 11 to finish on the lead lap. But a wild race, to say the least. Well, what's coming up here on PitStop TV, of course, we have our normal slate of races weekly. We have Newark, of course, continuing their chase run. They're in their 3rd race of the playoffs out of 7, and they're at Bristol Dirt. Now, Jacob, we had the opportunity to cover... I had the opportunity to cover a Bristol Dirt race with the Outlaw Sim Series a couple weeks ago. I don't know how much you were in tune with that one, but I know you know a lot of the Outlaws guys, and you've seen those guys do it already once on dirt in Xfinity cars last season at Eldora. What do you think about Xfinity cars taking to Bristol Dirt?
Well, you know, this is Newark, so it's a lot different, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. We're definitely going to see a lot of TCB dirt drifting that he likes to do, so I'm excited for it, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch on Tuesday night.
Absolutely. And Wednesday we continue our doubleheader with the Cars Esport Tour going up at 6:40 p.m. Eastern. They take it to Larry King Law's Langley Speedway for round number 3 of 6 on the Cars Esport Tour season, and follow that up also on Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. I will be on the production and call for the Outlaw Sim Series round number 9 from Watkins Glen, 60 laps around the upstate New York high-speed road course. It'll be a blast to cover those Outlaw Sim Series trucks, open setups going at it. Again, high-speed road course, and the fact that you can tailor those trucks how you want it, being that's a high-speed road course with heavy braking zones, it's going to be a challenge setup-wise. It'll be a lot of fun. But, of course, all of this would not be possible without our partners here at PitStop TV and the partners here at the MSRA National Series. First, we'll give a shout out to those, and like Rapid Fire Pizza. And of course, Rapid Fire Pizza offers amazingly good, amazingly fast, fresh made pizza. It's what we can do in 180 seconds. You can try one of our craft pizzas or choose from over 35 fresh toppings and a dozen different sauces to create your own masterpiece. You can visit your own Rapid Fire Pizza in the states of Indiana, Kentucky, North Carolina, Ohio, South Carolina, Texas, and West Virginia. Check out our website at rapidfiredpizza.com. Old School Ninjas is a gaming organization that focuses on building a community with close friends. We welcome new individuals to the group with a red carpet and a seat at the round table. Feel free to check out our Facebook at our Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Discord and they await your arrival. Shorebuzz Racing Graphics offers great services at affordable prices. SRG does work with iRacing paints, logos, numbers, and even t-shirts. $5 from each sale are donated to the Midwest Sim Racing Association end-of-season prizes as a way of giving back to the community. Visit them on Facebook at Shorebuzz Racing Graphics. But of course, here at PitStop TV, we couldn't do it without all of our partners here, like Tucson Sound Art. Your picture, your music. Use code PitStopTV at checkout for 10% off of your wall-mounted sound art device today. PitStop TV broadcasts are presented by Race Pace Setups. Pick up pace with Race Pace, a community-driven setup shop and community all rolled into one. And I enjoy the Lamborghini at Bathurst. But again, we got to give a huge shout out to our partners at PitStop TV, like Permanent Makeup and Cryo in Maine. You deserve the best care that money can buy. Whiplash Media, the official graphic and camera provider of PitStop TV, and BAM Racing Videos. Again, that's gone live today with a bunch of short track racing coverage. Like them on Facebook at BAM Racing Videos. And well, I think that's going to do it for us. But before we go, I want to make sure that you know to follow us at all of our social media outlets, where we have a whole bunch of updates going on. Now, tonight we didn't really have social media updates from the MSRA National Series, but we have updates all throughout the week from all of the series we cover here at PitStop TV and more. So make sure you check out our Facebook at facebook.com/PitStopTV, our Instagram at pit_stop_TV, our Twitter at PitStopTV_. We have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/pit_stop_TV, and our YouTube at youtube.com/c/pit_stop-TV1. And now, that'll do it from the virtual Daytona Beach, Florida. We're happy to have you all here for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at PitStop TV, which tonight, well, was a skeleton crew. It was just Jacob Zala on the call with me tonight, myself on production and commentary. You all have a great night. You'll stay cool because it's very hot out there. You'll stay safe. We will see you all around. Make sure you keep up with the MSRA National Series. Their next race is at Darlington next Friday night. We will see when we are back on the broadcast for the MSRA National Series, but we will be covering some playoff races, so that is still to look forward to as well. If you want to join a crew, make sure you send an email to Andrew at pitstoptv.com. Like tonight, we had a skeleton crew. We could really use some help. So if you're into broadcasting, if you want to get into it, you want to learn, send an email to Andrew and we will hook you up. But with that being said, once again, y'all have a great night. Again, Jacob Zala, Emerson Arden from the Daytona International Speedway. Virtually, of course. Wishing y'all a great night.
Have you found yourself trying to hide your joy because you're unhappy with your teeth? Your smile is the first feature noticed in an interview, on a date, or in family photos. We want you to be able to shine bright as your best self, and our teeth whitening system is the perfect step toward restoring your confidence.